Okay, this is the morning meditation for Friday, June 15th. It's the Solemnity of the Most Sacred Heart of Jesus. And um, the scriptures I'm pulling from today, just a couple. Um, the readings today are Hosea 11, Isaiah 12, Ephesians 3, and John, something. Anyway, in Ephesians, there's this line that says, "For this reason I kneel before the Father, rooted and grounded in love," a little further on. And then blood and water flowed out, speaking to be about in John, when the Sacred Heart of Jesus is pierced with a lance. The thing that occurs to me today is that if we want to do something well, we really have to work at it for the most part for a long time. We have to have, it's kind of like the tip of the iceberg idea. If we want to do something well, it takes a lot of practice, and maybe in the moment we see it and it looks easy, but that's like a groundswell that it's just been building up and building up and building up, so that it's been done so many times that when you come to perform, per se, or as you do it after a long time, it seems easy, but it's just taken, sometimes years of work at it. So I just think that's a reality that we just have to acknowledge and deal with, that if we want to do this thing really well, then I've got to do pretty much almost every day I've got to work at something and just get used to it and be okay with that. So one of the things is we have to, I think we have to identify just what it is, and do it in prayer and do it with God, of course, but you have to identify what you're really working and striving for, because you can only do so many of the things really well. Maybe when you get some of them down, you can do them better. But so that's when I think the line says, "For this reason I kneel before the Father." What is that reason? What are you trying to actually execute and do and be with your life? So one of those things certainly is prayer. And in prayer, certainly we need God and all those things, and we need salvation and all that. It's true, but it's not just about getting out of hell. It's about living life as fully as possible, and having a relationship that is what you would have it be. And that is the part, I think, that takes again and again and again. So it behooves us to figure out what is the relationship I want to have, and then work at it and practice that relating again and again and again every day. It might not come across always as you would like, but I think it's a mixture of pure relation and authentic, spontaneous expressions of relation, but also that there's technique and there's working at it, and then it's not always this pure, unbridled passion and joy. I mean, it can get there at times. I mean, Mary has reportedly said, "Pray until prayer becomes a joy to you." So we just have to. One other thing I think is that the great commandment is love God with your whole heart, mind, and soul and strength. Then love your neighbor as yourself. And I think if you combine the two, you even have to love God as you would love yourself. Insofar as there's a certain way of relating that you find interesting and exciting and fresh and lively and kind of you. And it's not just about this repetition of prayers. I'm all for the rosary. I'm all for Divine Mercy Chaplain. But there comes a point when you just need to express yourself as spontaneously and as lively and relationally, like as you want, as a child of God, not just as a living bastion of prayer repetition on earth, but as it is in heaven, like as you would be in playful relation with your best friend or your spouse or something like that. Be lively. Give what you would want to receive, and work at that. That, I think, is part of the zenith of what we're after, is that fresh relationship. And so there's other things, certainly for me it's music and finding ways to express that in music with others, that liveliness, pure expression. But even there, that takes work. Then well, for me, there's certainly working out, because that gives you back a lot of energy and boost. So that's the morning meditation. Deo gratias. Amen.